Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Facebook, depending on where you are at this very moment around the world. And today's a very special day as I get together and talk to my special guest, Rafia Arshad. Now, have I pronounced your name correctly, first of all?
Yes.
Right, okay, Rafia, welcome. And could you tell us a little bit about, first of all, what you do?
Thank you so much, first of all, inviting me in your show. And as you said that, hello, hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the world. So I hope you all are doing well. And I would like to tell about me that, I am a Reiki master, Reiki healer. And Reiki is a Japanese healing method. Yes. And we use our hands in that healing method. And I learned it like years back, but I'm not practicing it like very commercial. It's between a close circle of my friends and family. And secondly, I used to work as a freelance radio program maker. And I started my journey as a radio journalist way back in 2002. And there was a team of female radio journalists, and that was the first ever group of Pakistan of female radio journalists, and I was part of that. And other than that, I like traveling, I like meeting people, talking people, but these days I'm not working because I'm not living in Pakistan. I am living for last more than 2 years, I'm living in Bangladesh, Dhaka, because my husband, he works here. So we moved here. So these days I'm spending more my time on social media, you can say. So I am trying to explore it, though sometimes I don't understand. Sometimes I think that I understand fully, but this process is going on.
The thing is that it's changing every day, and keeping up with things can be a problem. Now, just going back, I mean, you said as well that you're in Bangladesh at the moment, I'm in England, and we're broadcasting to the world. With this technology, it doesn't matter where you are. You can reach out and you can talk to people globally. And that's the magic of it.
You are very right. It's magical, and we really now living in a global kind of village. We all are connected, and connectivity it's just like a cup of tea now. It's not that big.
True. 2 minutes and you can be live on air and chatting as we are today. And it's bringing cultures together as well, isn't it? Because it's not just nations, it's different cultures and different ways of doing things. And we're all learning from each other.
This is the best part of social media, or you can say internet. I like that you just connect with people. It's just a click away, You don't need much more. It's a click away. Everything now, and I like especially connecting with people from different cultures and from different part of the world. It's amazing.
I totally agree. Now Rafia, you raised a question, and that question was, how can I run my talk show online? So that's basically what we're going to talk about this morning. Now, what sort of talk show do you envisage, and who will you be talking to? What sort of talk show
actually
do you think you're doing?
Yeah, actually, I'm still confused that what I should do. So that's
right.
why.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I think that why not I should start my kind of journalistic thing again, or I should do a talk show like discussion or interviews from people and from different cultures. And then sometimes I think that how can I incorporate my healing thing in my talk show? So right. it makes me confused sometimes.
Right. Well, the first thing is that obviously with your broadcasting background, that's not a problem at all. The technology is not a problem. So the problem, what is the problem with doing it?
I think it's I'm not good in taking kind of initiative, and I am holding myself back. That okay, but how can I do it? How should I do it? And why should I do it? There are so many questions even going on within myself.
Well, I know what you mean. The why is because we can. Okay, why do people climb Everest? Because it's there. And we have our own personal Everest, and what we've got to do is climb them and just take it one step at a time. You can obviously do, we're talking about Reiki, aren't we? Reiki healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Reiki healing.
Reiki healing, sorry, we'll get the pronunciation right. Reiki healing. Now, what sort of thing would you be doing online in relation to Reiki?
Actually, I am right now. I'm doing nothing. This is what my question was. That how can I do it? My talk show and my Reiki together. So and it's all in here, and I'm thinking, and I was talking with someone else, and he really gave me good input and everything, and I'm still thinking about that. And what I think that because Reiki involved healing, and the best part of this healing is that we can send it distant from the distance. Like I can send you healing right now, and you are sitting in England. I can send it from Bangladesh or from any part of the world. So I can start it to give healing for different things, but for how long I can keep it. And then my background of radio that says no, go for follow your guts and do it like the way you want to do it, like in a talk show or magazine kind of thing, or just interviews, testimonials, something like that. So this thing is holding me up, that I should go in which direction now.
Right. Well, there's a saying, and I'm a firm believer in it, and it's just do it, just try it. I mean, the only thing that can go wrong for any of us when we're live broadcasting is that nobody watches, and if nobody watches, then we change it. And that's the guiding principle. If nobody watches and interacts, and Rabal, I'd like to say hello to Rabal, who's joined us today and is watching now. It's nice to see you. And of course, we have a show on later in the week at 8 o'clock. I think that the confusion is because we try to do everything, isn't it? We want to sort of go full pelt at something. The way that I've done this, and the way that I've done this is that I created a Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I invited my friends to join. And then they invited their friends to join. And the situation then is that you're building an audience. You can then go live into the group, which means that you get practice at going live amongst friends and friends of friends. And then when you've got the concept right, you will know, because people in the group will be interacting with you as you go live. So you can practice within a private group, get to know people, and those people will then follow you when you go live to the public. Is that one possible way?
Yeah, I think this is a great way to start with, because you are more comfortable with your friends, and it's not kind of thing that, oh, I'm live, like on public, on everyone is viewing me or seeing me, and if there are some bloopers, blunders, whatever. So, but this is the beauty of live, that you cannot control things, you cannot control. And everyone understands who are doing live that things sometimes go beyond your expectations. But I like your idea to start with the friends of friends, and then to expand your circle.
Yes, I think that's the way to do it, because then you can decide which works, whether it's the talk show with lots of people joining in, or whether it's yourself on camera actually talking about Reiki. And that is the possible way to go, and it is trial and error. I mean, all right, and Corinda has joined us. Just a second, I'll come to that in a second, Corinda. It is basically, as I say, just doing it and starting with the first step. Create the group, invite friends in, invite them to invite their friends in, and build up a group of people who are interested. Broadcast. The first thing you can do to get practice with the medium of Belive is you can broadcast about the group, inviting people into it. Yeah. So there are whole things you can do centered around the group, which will help you when you go public. Because one of the things when you go public is anybody watching, and you can build the audience within the group first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting some clarity even while talking to you, that I can do this way, or because why I'm confused that Reiki or my other thing with my talk show, because sometimes I feel that Reiki is I cannot bring so much diversity in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not only for how long you can like see me and listen to me about talking about Reiki and healing and energy. So that's why I was more skeptical that,
Right.
okay, I can do some programs on healing and Reiki in my talk show, but not only like based simply on Reiki. It should not be like that.
Right. Can we broaden it out then? If you feel Reiki is a narrow area to broadcast on, can you broadcast on health practices in general and have guests from different areas, so that you're hosting the show? You can always talk about Reiki, but they can talk about their area of interest as well.
Yes, it can be done also. It can be done. Why not? That how can we, what I wanted to say, that how can we link Reiki with different health practices,
Well, it depends. It's the title of the show. I mean, if the title of the show was Reiki with Rafia, then people would expect you to be talking about Reiki. If the title of the show was something wider, so complementary therapies or health regimes or better health, or a whole range of titles, you could then bring people in, and some of the episodes could be about Reiki and some could be about alternative practices. It depends what your interests are. I mean, I broadcast for one main reason, and it's happening today as well. I actually learn from the broadcast. And I learn from broadcasting by meeting different people who've got different interests and different backgrounds. And I'm the catalyst. I bring people together, and I listen and learn. I mean, it's not about this is the thing that if you're watching a television show, then you expect the host to be the one who's doing all the talking and the guest too. But I think it should be the other way around. That we're all here to learn from the guest and from the people watching.
I completely agree with you that it's not one-sided. We learn from each other. So what do you say, Steven, that what if I do my regular kind of radio talk show with different people with different interests, and once a week or fortnightly I do my Reiki thing also?
Yeah, because that I think that's got it keeps it interesting for you because you're learning as well. It's got a wider appeal because you choose the topics and you bring the people who've got expertise in that area onto the show. I think that would work well, and there are no limits. There are no limits because we now have the ability to reach out to people around the world. Yeah, and the other thing is that going back to Reiki for a moment, you've got your own Reiki practice. but you can bring other Reiki practitioners in as well, and you can talk to people around the world who are actually practicing Reiki. So a whole lot of options, and it is the first step. It's just going live on air, which from this morning. I mean, it's not a problem, is it? I mean, you've got a broadcasting background since 2002, so broadcasting is something that you do naturally, and enjoy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, though I did not work like consecutively, but definitely radio is it's there. It's very close to my heart, and we cannot deny the outreach of this medium. It's a great tool of advocacy and awareness and information and everything.
It is definitely a tool of democracy, because we're all equal on this medium, and there's no we have opinions, but there is no difference. We can talk across religions, we can talk across countries, we can talk across a whole range of topics, and it's person to person. And politics, and just we can forget politics while we're broadcasting. We're talking about what interests us. Yeah. And that's why it works, and that's the magic of it.
Exactly. There are other far interesting topics than politics, which we
You're telling me.
No, this is how I think. This is how I think. But definitely politics is one of them. So can you please tell me that like appropriately how long a talk show should be, like 15 to 20 minutes or more than that?
Right. We've been going nearly 20 minutes, and it's just gone like that. So I would say that a good show, you should aim for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. If you 30 minutes, because the first couple of minutes people are just coming in and settling down, like people who go to a cinema, sit down before the show starts, and you can talk to them. And then the show itself, some will be less than 30 minutes, and that's not a problem. But if you in your mind say, right, around about 30 minutes, and you prepare your guests that they're going to be on for 30 minutes and so, then that's probably the best length. I mean, we do shows, I do shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, which I've been doing for the last 15 months, or 16 months now. Done 73 episodes weekly. And what we find is that you've got a situation where people watched in the beginning, and then more people watch, and then more people watch, and then all of a sudden the audience disappears. And that's because you've gone on too long. Now the shows we run are just for an hour, but half an hour is the ideal time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. When it's too long, then even I lose my concentration. I don't want to watch too long talk show, because then you don't participate in that initially the way you do in the beginning. So and because we are talking about Facebook, or we are we want to cater our global audience. So what is the best time to do it?
Right. Okay. The best time is between. It's difficult if you're going for a global audience, and by global we mean including America. Then you have to broadcast. The best time is round about 4 or 5 p.m. GMT. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern, which is lunchtime. Lunchtime on the East Coast of the United States, because if you do, then it's 12 o'clock in America, it's 5 o'clock in the UK, and it's unfortunately 9 p.m. in Pakistan, I think. So 8 or 9 o'clock at night would be, between 7 and 9 at night would be the prime time to actually reach the States. And Australia, because we've got to remember, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And and what about the day? So what is kind of recommended, weekend or weekdays?
Right. We found that most people broadcast during the week and take the weekend off. So There's two things to that. One, to be amongst the main broadcasters, or to broadcast a show at the weekend when nobody else is, because then you're actually catching an audience which doesn't have anything to watch but wants to watch something. So I would experiment. I would try a show on a Sunday or a weekday show and just experiment. I mean, it depends. And I've got to say to Corinda, just a moment. Thank you for sharing, Corinda. Right. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Just try it. Just try it. I mean, because we're across time zones, it means that sometimes we have to broadcast not in the best time zone, best time for us. Yeah. So if you're broadcasting for your time zone, then you can do it any time of day. If you're broadcasting for the USA or Europe, then you have to take the 5-hour, 8-hour time difference into account. And the day of the week, any day of the week is good. We're still, when you start broadcasting, you're a pioneer. There are still not many people doing it. There are not many people stepping up and going live on video. So the audience is there, and it's just a question of just doing it.
Yeah. Or maybe sometimes it depends upon availability of your guest as well, that they are available at what.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, if you want to interview somebody from the east, say from Los Angeles, then that's very difficult, because there's a 12-hour time difference there for you, and that means their night is your day and vice versa. So interviewing somebody over there is very difficult. I have done it. It was midday in LA and 8 p.m. in the UK, and that worked okay. But
yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's please carry on.
No, my advice is basically, or my suggestion is just do something. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying that one of the problems that we have is, and I'm talking generally here, not specifically, is that we get an idea and then we talk ourselves out of it. I do, I know I do that. So if you get an idea on live video and you want to do it, then I'd say just do it, just try it. That's my best advice. And because now what you can do, I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to show it to our audience as well. So if we take a breather for a moment, I can now, can you see a picture?
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right. Okay. Right. If you watch the replay, then I didn't realize that would happen. Basically, what I'm showing at the moment is a picture of Bath in Somerset. And I can now, just while we take a break for a moment, this is the update last night, Corinda, where you can now show slides. Just a minute, give me a second. I'll get this right in a minute. I've pressed something wrong. We'll come back. Just a minute. All right, okay, that didn't work perfectly. They've now given us the ability to show slides, which means that when you're talking about a topic, you can bring a slide up on the screen with you, so that to make your point, not just you talking to camera, but you can actually bring the picture up on camera and you can talk about it. Which means that when you're talking about Reiki, or I'm talking about programming, or whatever the topic happens to be, you can illustrate it. And if you were saying, this is where I am in Bangladesh, and you've got photographs in your Facebook album, you can bring the photographs up on screen and talk about them.
Wow, that is wonderful.
So as I say, catch the replay. I'll just do it again. Hopefully this might work better. Just a minute. I want to get rid of that. And I'm now showing a photograph from Bath, and I'm going to try and show right, I don't quite understand how it's working. I'm managing to show the same photograph twice. Right, okay, so I'll possibly do a show when I've had more practice. But Rafia and I have been talking this morning about how can I run my talk show online and it was the two of us talking about it. And has it been of help to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a plan forming in your mind as to how you're going to do this?
Actually, I think it's getting quite clear now. And as you said, I just need to do it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't being rude. It's just...
No, because this is what I say to myself, why don't you do it? You have everything. You have everything in your mind. What are you holding? Like, why are you holding yourself? Maybe sometimes you really need a push. Okay, go. And I was waiting for that, maybe.
Indeed. And sometimes it just takes a moment where you sort of say, right, okay, I'm going to do this, and it actually happens. And I'd just like to take a moment to thank Rehan, who had brought us together, and is a great motivating force. And it's thanks to him that we are here today. But we reached out and we decided to do this show today, and it's been a pleasure. I thank you.
Yeah, actually, I'm also grateful to Rehan Alawala because he has continuously asking me, go your profile public. Why don't you add friends? Why don't you add friends? Why don't you talk to my friends? And I was so kind of, I was not comfortable with that. How will I do it? That why should I steal his friends, and what's there? And though I don't talk with so many people that I have stolen from his contact list, but definitely now I know that if I have I need to ask someone, I want any help, so I have these type of friends in my friend list, so I can ask them. And I'm really thankful to Rehan and Lavala, and he's really doing a great job for connecting all of us together. He is a connecting magnet. This is what he is doing.
Indeed. I mean, the live video is probably the best way of networking there has ever been. I mean, we've been through we've been through online sites, we've been through Twitter, we've been through blogging, now we're with live video, and live video means that we can all talk to each other, and that's what we've been missing, because we can get together, we can build a networking of friends. This is the best way to network. And do you have any, it's been a pleasure talking this morning, and do you have any closing words for everybody who's watched us today and the date of your show, please?
And I think feelings are mutual. It's likewise that I really like talking with you. It's clear, and you really open my eyes. And do what you want to, and I hope very soon you are going to see me on live. Yeah.
I look forward to that, and if you want me to come on your show at any time, just ask. I'm more than willing to do so. I wish you.
Why not? I would love to be on other side of the mic and asking questions.
Right, okay, it's a deal. We'll do that. Right, okay. I want to say thank you to Tish, Brigetti, Corinda, and Rebel for joining us this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening. And take care, everybody. And Rafia, we'll see you soon on her own show, and I will see you later today. But it's been a pleasure, Rafia,
yes.
And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, and please take care and have a good day. Bye.
Right. So thank you, everybody. Take care.